Hi, welcome to Waxing On. It's Monday, usually Jazz Monday, but today we're going to have a special show. Over the last week, January 23rd, we lost another one of the greats. Melanie passed away, and Melanie was big, late 60s, 70s, had a string of hit albums. She was one of the original performers on first night at Woodstock back in 1969. One of the few solo female artists. She was on, I believe it was around 1 o'clock on Saturday morning, in between Ravi Shankar and followed up by Arlo Guthrie. And it's surprising because a few years ago when they had the 50th anniversary of Woodstock, Melanie and Arlo went back and were there. And if you go on Arlo's page, or maybe it's Melanie's page, there's a photo of the two of them together. They agreed to go back to the Yasgur's farm, and we're going to do a free concert for whoever showed up for the celebration of the 50th anniversary. Anyways, back in the 70s, I had a couple of Melanie albums, and one has just recently come into my hands here that I'm just going to talk about today. But I just wanted to mention, Melanie just didn't stop after the 70s. I kind of lost track of what she was doing, but when the COVID hit, she was doing free concerts on her Facebook page almost weekly. She'd do gigs on there, and it was some of those things. Her, Jim Cuddy, John Fogerty, a lot of these musicians were getting together and doing, Mary Chapin Carpenter, another one, doing regular concerts just to keep people's spirits up and to get them through the period of isolation when we were all in lockdown. And she really was doing a lot of playing back then, and that's when I kind of reconnected and started following what she was doing again. She had Patreon list, lots of things you get in to help support her. She's still putting out albums. I know one just came out in the fall. I think they got another one in the works right now. She didn't go away after the 70s. She just kind of changed gears, and again, I kind of lost track until we got into the 2000s here, and with all the craziness went on in the 2020s, she kind of resurfaced and was really doing a lot to reestablish herself and get people through that tough time. So check it out. Check out her Facebook page. You'll find there's lots of stuff coming up. There's going to be a tribute coming up here shortly. They'll have more information on there. But lots of albums are still out. There's some in production, like I say, right now, so you can still touch base and get some great, great music. The album I have today is one called Good Book. It came out just before Gather Me, the one we talked about previously on the show. And to me, Gather Me, great album. Every song was just great. Very folk-oriented. Gather Me, I guess the focus song was Brand New Key, very popular, got a lot of airplay. But she did a lot of other great tunes on there. And one of my favorites, and it's basically a hymn or an old gospel tune, was called What Wondrous Love Is This? And to hear her version of it, just amazing. Great stuff. This one, Good Book, a couple of things. First, I got an album, right? So it's not online. It is available online, don't get me wrong. But with the album, yes, we get some photos. This one has a little jacket that opens up, so a couple more photos of Melanie playing. Melanie was 22 when she ended up doing that gig at Woodstock. I mean, that's a pretty big maneuver. Solo act, first day of the opening of the festival, Woodstock, a historic event. Just great. Just before I show you the rest of that album, I'll just go over that because I mentioned Woodstock now before I forget about it. Got her set list from Woodstock. Here's the songs. Half-hour set. I think she ran about 25 minutes. Close to It All. Mama, Mama. Beautiful People, and that was probably her hit at the time when this came out. Animal Crackers. Bob Dylan's Mr. Tambourine Man. Tuning My Guitar, and Birthday of the Sun. Now, some of those are available online. I was on YouTube the other day, Tambourine Man's on there. So some of her Woodstock set is available on YouTube to check out as well. So there's a chance to go back because it didn't make the movie, didn't make the Woodstock soundtrack album, but it is available out there, so you want to check it out. One other thing about this album, free giveaway book. And again, the book, got some photos. We got the words to the songs, A little bit of artwork in there. Another great collectible. Major hit off this tune album, Nickel Song. That was a couple of songs that really stick out when I think of Melanie. I mean, Nickel Song's one of them. Brand New Keys, the other. Candles in the Rain, one of my favorites. Look What They've Done to My Song, Ma. Great, great tune. And again, that was around the same era as this as well, but this one that really sticks in my mind. And again, some great video on YouTube to cover that. Okay, tunes on here, almost all written by Melanie. We've got The Good Book, Baby Rainbow, Saddest Thing, Nickel Song, Isn't It a Pity, not to be confused with George Harrison one. This is a Melanie song. Baby Rainbow, The Prize, Birthday of the Rain. Phil Oakes did one here called Chords of Fame, a Judy Collins song, My Father, and another Bob Dylan tune, Sign in the Window from New Morning. Just a couple albums in after Bob returned after the big motorcycle accident and his hiatus for a while. So she had been recording Dylan for quite a while. I mean, of course, he was the king, right, of folk back then. Listening to this, still very folk-oriented, great voice, great sound, great writing. It's a fun album to put on. I've been listening to a little bit of Melanie over the weekend just because of, you know, everything that's happened. Go back, check out the catalog online. If you're lucky enough to pick up some hard copies, that's great too. But YouTube for videos, streaming networks for the audio. Just, you know, take a look and, you know, Anna, one of the ones that lasted a long time, 70-some years old here when she passed away. I mean, she'd had 50 years in the music business and, you know, one of the great pioneers back in the 60s. So that's it for today. A little look at the work of Melanie. This album, The Good Book, 1971. We just keep losing them. Over the last few years, we've lost a lot of great players. Time to go back and kind of check out their work and just appreciate what they've done. So that's it for today. Everybody have a great day. See you on Wednesday. Till then, everybody take care. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.